Well, good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to the Pittsburgh Ice Arena here in New Kensington, Pennsylvania. It is a PIHL Division II opening round matchup between the visiting Morgantown Mohawks and the Burrell Buccaneers. Here, my name is Brian Mitchell. Thank you for joining me here on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest and on 10band.tv. It should be a fun one here this evening. Burrell and Morgantown met once this season. Of course, they're playing crossover this year in D2. So the only meeting was back in October, on October 26th of 2023. Burrell was the winner by a score of 7-4. Mrazek Danko opened up the scoring. Then Maisie was able to bring it back within one before Lucas made it 3-1 and Cox made it 3-2 by the end of the first period. Bartimolo was able to get a power play goal to tie things up at 2:53 before the Burrell Bucks were able to make it a 5-3 score by the end of the frame. Danko, Hollander, and Watkins added goals in the third period of that contest. Price was the starter for the Bucks, and he was stopped 16-20. Cox started 24 of 31 for the Mohawks. Postseason starts tonight. 12 games being played this evening in the PIHL. I'm going to try to keep you updated where we can. The one that is going to be interesting to everybody here is not going to be played till tomorrow, and that is Carrick and Deer Lakes. That's going to be found on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. That's going to be on 10band.tv, hosted by JRM Video Production down at Ice Castle. It's a 6:30 start. You can tune in. Same channel you came to tonight if you're on the 10-band TV, Amazon, or Roku app. You can go check it out with 6:30 from Ice Castle. And then the winner of that game and the winner of this game will play at Robert Morris at 8:45 on the 14th. So you can join us at the Island for the semifinal in person, or that game will be covered by the Trib and 10band.tv, simulcast between the two levels. So we're going to get started here momentarily. I'm going to talk about the teams before we give you the lineups for the visiting Morgantown Mohawks. They were 11-8 on the season, 22 points. They were third in the blue division. Rough run at the end. Were almost able to pull off that additional home game in the playoffs. Unfortunately, Ringgold with a loss to Carrick, and Morgantown unable to finish their game last week with a win. Negated that opportunity and gave the Mohawks this road game here at New Kensington. I believe they played in Neshannock. On the opposite side, Burrell and Neshannock. Burrell was going at it. They were wondering if they were going to be able to get a home game against Neshannock, and unfortunately, they were able to knock Neshannock off and give them the opportunity to have this home game this evening. So we are where we are this evening. The Zamboni is leaving the ice. We're going to get warm-ups going. I'll be back momentarily with your starting lineups here at Pittsburgh Ice Arena. while we're waiting for the teams to hit the ice, we're going to look at that out-of-town scoreboard, which is going to be fun all day to watch. We're going to start at the top with AAA. And right now, at Burrell Ice Complex, Seneca Valley leading Mount Lebanon 2-0. In the AA division, Hempfield and Thomas Jefferson tied at 3. That looks like it's going into the second frame or coming towards the end of the second frame. Fox Chapel and Norwin tied at 1 at Palmer Imaging Arena. Penn Trafford and South Fayette tied at 2 down at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. And Greater Latrobe leading Franklin Regional 2-0. Hempfield and TJ you can find on Mon Valley Independent's website. Fox Chapel Norwin on the Trib and on another channel of 10-Band TV. Penn Trafford South Fayette's on 10band.tv. And Franklin Regional Greater Latrobe's on the Wildcats Network. That is also on 10-Band TV this evening if you feel like switching back and forth. Moon, that was the play-in game. We're going back to single A. Quaker Valley trailing Greensburg-Salem 1-0 over at the Island in the single A game. That's the first one being played this evening. The rest are either going to start tonight or be played tomorrow. And in D2, well, we're going to be the first one to kick it off here at Pittsburgh Ice Arena with Morgantown and Burrell. On the opposite side, if you want to jump over and check out the Trib coverage, it is Connellsville and Bishop Canavan heading in at the covered by the Trib. We'll be back momentarily. Teams are on the ice for the warm-up. We're going to go through the rosters now. For the Morgantown Mohawks, they are in the red with the blue and gold trim. Their head coach is Rob Rockus. The team finished 11-8 with 22 points. That's third in the blue division. It'll be number 9, Vinny Sandafini. Number 10 will be Gino Valenti. Number 13 will be Jacob Hollander. Number 14 will be Weston Maisie. Number 15 will be Cooper Cox. Number 16 will be Lucas Wilson. James Robbins will be wearing number 17. Justin Daffner will be wearing number 21. Number 31 will be Nika Kortsis. Number 41 will be Sierra Maisie. Number 44 will be Noah Fields. Number 44 will be Noah Fields. I'm sorry. The 48 will be William Lukenbach. Aiden Shepard will be wearing number 81. Lincoln Cox will apparently start in net tonight wearing number 92. And John DiBartolomeo will be wearing number 98 for the Mohawks. On the opposite side, in the white with the blue and the dark blue trim, the Burrell Bucks, 16-3 on the season, 32 points. Head coach Luke Kopchak. Second in the gold division this year, number 2 will be Chance Watkins. Number 5 will be Dante Taliani. Number 6 will be Tyler Danko. Number 7 will be Adam Sheftick. Number 9 will be Braden Schneider. Number 11 will be Julian Kemp. Number 12 will be Connor Glower. Number 15 will be Luke Mink. Number 16 will be Cody Martin. Number 26 will be Jared Wall. Number 34 will be Aiden Petrov. Number 59 will be Mason Simmons. Starting in goal tonight, number 65, Cooper Price. Number 84 will be Ryan Burkett. Number 86 will be Aaron Holm. Number 88 will be Forrest Baird. Number 89 will be Mike Moratzik. And number 91 will be John Lucas. We'll be back with your opening face-off here at the Pittsburgh Ice Arena. Thank you for joining me this evening. Once again, a number of the contests this evening being contested on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. Well, this one's on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. Most of them are on 10band.tv and the Trib Live Network. Thank you for joining me here on this Monday evening. Gonna have some issues with some names. I apologize if I mispronounce early. I'm working on the pronunciations here for some I don't get to see as often. We're about ready to get open face off here, and we are finishing up. I don't know if we're going to get our national anthem or not here this evening. Of course, you're going to see a little bit of a change in the postseason. You do have 2 officials and 2 linesmen for every postseason game. We go a little bit more when it comes to the coverage of the stripes. I'll get the names eventually for those guys. Miller and Gorham are your officials. Walker and Minton are with them. At least that's what it says on the official roster. I have Orr out there as a linesman. Let's see if I can get the other name of the linesman. The officials don't have their name tag on the back. Once again, thank you for joining me here this evening for this PIHL Division II opening round matchup. Burrell and Morgantown. We're getting ready to drop the puck on the postseason and in D2. Winner heads to the island next week, 8:45 on March 14th. It's going to be Tyler Danko stepping in with Gino Valenti. They're waiting for something to occur, and we have a player step off. That is Sandolfini. He'll regroup. He'll probably rejoining here afterwards. Valenti and Danko will step in. And ladies and gentlemen, the postseason is underway here at Pittsburgh Ice Arena. Faceoffs won by the Bucks. They'll dump it into the zone. It'll go back behind the starter Cox. Around it goes past Mink. Up around. That'll be Aiden Shepard letting it go back out of the zone. It'll be picked up. And Kemp will regroup and just dump this one up along the boards, back across. The Mohawks will dump this one around past Shepard. They'll throw it around for Wilson. He can't play it, so opportunity for Danko coming either way. Can't handle it. Now back to Kemp. Kemp waits, throws one up along the half wall. He'll dump it out for Danko. It'll go off of his stick and go the length of the ice. They are going to wave that off, and it'll be picked up by the Bucks in the corner. Mink tries to throw one on a half wall, but it'll go its way back to the point. Lucas will dump this one back into the zone. Mink, nice play up along the half wall. Waits, thinks about it, throws one high that goes all the way around. And it'll be picked up by Martin. Martin will dump it down, and the Mohawks will regroup, and carrying it out is Valenti. Valenti will lose the puck back to Chance Watkins, who will carry it behind the net. Watkins just dumps this one back down, and chasing it in is Lukenbaugh. Lukenbaugh passes this one up to the half wall, where regrouping is Forrest Baird. Baird watches watch it be picked up and thrown out to the point. Watkins' shot will be tipped down by Moratzik, and it'll be sitting a couple saves. Opportunity here for Burrell. Backhand shot opportunity by Baird is kept in and dumped across. Looking behind is Burrell. Petrov, the dynamic winger, will dump this one back out and watch it go back, where he'll collect it and take it back to the blue line. Up it goes, dumped in by the Bucks, and regrouping are the Mohawks. Picked up and passing it out is Lukenbach, but it'll be picked off by Petrov, who shot on rebound. Moratzik can't get a stick on it, cleared up to the point. Shot in by the Bucks, and Morgantown will regroup, and it'll be back along and into the Morgantown bench. We'll have a face-off down low. 14:55 remaining in the first frame. Scoreless here at Pittsburgh Ice Arena. Try to keep you aware of what's going on around the league. Once again, the game that you guys are going to be worried about if you're watching as a fan of Burrell or Morgantown isn't going to be played till 6:30 tomorrow on Ice Castle. So you don't have to scoreboard watch this evening. They're probably watching you out there. Kemp shot goes wide of the net. It goes back down. Snyder can't get to it. It bounced up to the point and kicked in by the Bucks. Across it goes. Opportunity here. Shot. Scores! Burrell will get on the board, and that's Jared Wall on the backhand, and it's 1-0 Bucks. 14:36 remaining in the first frame. Wall just came in, was able to receive a pass, and was behind the defenders, and just fired a backhand over the stick side of Cox, and it is 1-0 Bucks. Valenti will step in with Danko, and it'll be one back to Kemp. Kemp in the near corner, goes behind the net, carries it across to the circles, backhands it up, looking for Mink, but it's going to be kept in by Shepard. Kemp waits, it's pushed off, and it'll be Lucas Wilson losing the puck and dumping it back down the ice. Opportunity here for the Bucks. As Sandolfini gets back on the ice after leaving momentarily. Back around it goes, and out comes Morgantown. Here comes Valenti. Valenti into the zone offside. 13:59 remaining in the opening frame. It's a good crowd here at Pittsburgh Ice Arena. Morgantown, the third seed in the blue division, and Burrell, the second seed in the gold division. Crossover this year. We'll play the winner of the Carrick contest tomorrow. Carrick and Deer Lakes facing off 6:30. Around. We dumped up. Watkins will pass it out for Baird. Baird up for Mrazek. This is the puck opportunity for Petrov, but Shepard will take it the other way. It'll be dumped back in by Baird. They'll play catch. Back out it'll go. And dumped across for Petrov. Get a head of steam and bring it in front of his benches. Gets around one defender in the offensive zone. Shot on's blocked. Rebound. Mrazek will just throw that one through the crease. An opportunity coming the other way. Shepard. Shepard gets around Watkins. Here he comes. Shepard into the zone. Shepard can't get around the final defender. Wilson will separate the puck, but Martin will come back and dump that one along for the Bucks. Shepard takes the puck away. Attempts to throw one on. It's broken up by Watkins. It goes back out to the half point. Robbins gets it blocked on him, and here comes Petrov the other way. Pets off. Mrazek. It'll be Wilson picking it up. Wilson bounces one back out past Taliani, and then comes Kemp. Kemp passes the Taliani. Opportunity coming the other way. Burkett. Burkett. Head of steam, throws one across, and it's going to be left to top of the crease. Kemp's going to have to come out of the zone and regroup. He'll throw one across where it'll find Sheftik. Dumped back in by the Bucks. Behind it goes, and Lukenbaugh. Passes out Kemp. Kemp on a big hit along the boards. Back up. Wall looking for his second. It's going to be picked up and carried out by Morgantown. Hollander looked for Maisie coming out of the zone. Maisie couldn't get to it. He'll have to regroup back in the corner. It'll be picked up and carried out by Kemp. Kemp will dump one on the backhand. On net, Cox will just throw this one around for Lukenbach. Around it'll go for Weston Maisie. Maisie will bounce this one up the boards. An opportunity coming out for Hollander. Hollander into the zone. Shot, save made. Rebound comes back out. Cooper Price up the task. Hollander behind the net. Waits, throws one up, looking for Cordes. And Lucas will carry it in the zone. Lucas, circle shot, just wide of the net, comes up for Martin. Martin shot, blocked. Here come the Mohawks the other way. Nope, opportunity here. Lucas separates the player from the puck. It'll bounce off a couple skates. Nobody seems to want to maintain a full possession here. Hollander can't get to it, and it's going to be kept in nicely by Martin. Martin's shot will bounce across. Opportunity will come over past Mink and out of the zone. Lucas passes it up for Chance Watkins, who dumps this one up off of Mink's skate. Danko loses the puck, keeps the puck. Fools me on camera. Back around for Mink. Mink into the zone. Shot. Glove save by Cox and held on to. 10:55 remaining in the first frame. 1-0 Burrell is leading Morgantown. Goals Wall from Taliani and Burkett. Moratzik will step in with Shepard. It'll be one to Petrov. Petrov shot off the blocker. Good save by Cox. Back around it goes, picked up. And Mohawks will carry it outside his zone. Passes up for Valenti. He'll dump this one back across, and Wilson tries to get in a big hit by Baird in front of us. Watkins across for Petrov. Petrov gets past Wilson. Into the zone, Petrov skates back, finds Baird. Baird shot, blocked, goes behind. Opportunity comes up off the side of the cage, and Cox will hold on to it. It actually fell into his blocker, and with 10:24 remaining, we'll have another faceoff. Faceoff coming to the right of the junior netminder. One back by Morgantown. Clear up to the point as far as Kemp. Kemp has to wait, get around the official. Kemp throws one through the slot. Opportunity here for Wall with the first goal. Wall gets knocked down, but was clean as he was playing the puck. Petrov loses it, and Wilson has to regroup, but a big pressure by Wall. Taliani gets it up for Wall. Back down it goes. Dump down Shepard. Gets it around the Cortzes. Up to the point. Shot on. Goes back behind. Rebound comes out. Cortzes. Up along the ball. Boards the Wall. We dumped out for Taliani and picked up by the Mohawks and carrying it out. Into the zone. Shot on just wide of the net. Back Kemp. Kemp will backhand this one across, finds Danko. Danko can't get around a defender, and they'll clear it back out. Lucas on the backhand up for Danko. Danko passes it across, finds Mink. Mink drops one back for Kemp. Kemp waits, has a couple defenders in front of him. It's going to be cleared back out. And Cox gets it across. Nice play there to keep it on, and Watkins steps up for the hit. Opportunity coming the other way. Danko throws one through, looking for Lucas. Near corner, up for Danko. Danko waits. They'll regroup. Comes on, throws one off the outside of the post, goes back into the near corner. Lucas gets separated by Cox. 8:34 remaining in the first frame, out for Mrazek. Looking for Watkins. Watkins has to regroup, go back for that puck. Chance Watkins regroups and will go in the near corner. Little extra going on there, it appears. Back out it goes for Baird. Baird throws one over for Petrov. Aiden Petrov will carry one in. Throws one hard angle back across the half wall. It'll be up across and kept out to Maisie. Wilson. Set up to Petrov. Petrov, Mrazek. Cox will dump it behind, looking for Sierra Maisie. Maisie throws one back out to the point. Shot on by Martin, save made, rebound, Petrov. Petrov falls as he goes through. Kemp will keep it in with the support. Kemp on the backhand throws one down Mrazek. Mrazek throws one in front, up for Petrov, slap shot, breaks his stick. Goes on, and it's going to sit underneath Cox, and they're going to regroup. We have a little extracurriculars here. Cox, Robbins, Petrov, Mrazek, and Baird in there. And we'll have a face-off down low. 7:27 remaining in the first frame. Face-off will be one across and out for Sheftik. Sheftik for Kemp. The Bucks will regroup and just dump this one into the zone. It'll go off of a defender, and opportunity for Wall coming in for another chance. We picked up. DeBartolomeu will drop this one down for Shepard. Shot on, gloved, and held on to by Cooper Price with 7:04 remaining in the first frame. It's in a weird angle where those scoreboards are on. To my right is the top lines are kept by where they hold the top of the netting. So I can't really see it. Or if that's an electrical line or so from this angle. Shots are 9-2 in favor of the Bucks. Faceoff will be one and maintained by Morgantown. Down it goes. Danko will dump this one around. Back up Shepard. Shepard down for nobody in the near corner as they'll battle. We'll wait and see who comes out with it because I really don't have too good of an angle down here. We picked up and over it goes. It'll be Lukenbach throwing this one back in. Kemp regroups. Out for Danko. Danko carries it into the zone. Waits, gets around a defender, opportunity. Danko throws one across. Shot, scores! And that will be Lucas with the goal. Selly's hard with the student section, and it's 6:21 remaining in the frame. The Burrell Bucks lead. Morgantown 2-0. It's a nice little pass across and just the tap in for Lucas. Makes it 2-0 Burrell. Face-off one by Burrell forward. Petrov shot off from that. Mrazek shot. Save made and held on to by Cox. Once again falls into his blocker. 6:13 remaining. We'll have another face-off. Face-off one past the Mrazek. He'll dump this one on net. It'll be blocked. Opportunity here. Stumped down. And out. Here comes Cooper Cox into the zone. Cox throws one on net. It'll be blocked. Hollander waits and Baird in the near corner. Up for Mrazek. We'll dump this one down past Petrov. That's going to go the length of the ice for an icing call. 5:47 remaining in the first frame. Macy steps in. Gonna be won by Macy. Across opportunity. Macy shot off of the board. Rebound comes back out. But he picked up Wall into the zone. They'll run into Cortzis. Back behind Taliani. Taliani will dump this one up. And it'll be Macy unable to get to it. Back around Burkett will pick up the puck. Waits, throws one to the slot. Taliani behind the net. Up across. Oh, nobody home. It's going to go back to the point for Watkins. Chance Watkins. Waits, Mink. Up for Taliani. Taliani out to the point. Watkins shot through traffic, goes wide of the net. Over for Mink. Mink through the slot for Watkins. Watkins shot off the outside of the post. Watkins behind the net. Gets picked off by Cox. He'll take it on the backhand, try to dump it up the boards. Burkett will get to that one. Mink coming in to help out Burkett. Burkett will pass it back to Mink. Behind net has Lucas in front. Oh, passes it to him, but nobody home. It'll go clear out as Kemp was coming on for the change. Back in it goes and picked up by Cox. Danko in the neutral zone, loses it. Burkett. Lucas will pass this one over for Mink. It'll be dumped in along the half wall and out of it goes. Kemp gets around a defender, 4:10 remaining in the frame. Offside, Burrell. Look and see what we've got going on otherwise. The other game tonight in Division II won't start until 9 o'clock down at, I'm sorry, 9 o'clock at Ice Castle. That'll be held by the Mon Valley Independent. You'll be able to watch it on their website. Shepherd behind the net. That is Bishop Canavan and Connellsville. Shot on by Shepherd is saved by Price and held on to. 3:52 remaining in the opening frame. Let's see what we got outside of these games. 4-0 Seneca Valley over Mount Lebanon. 4-3 Thomas Jefferson over Hempfield still in progress. Norwin trailing Fox Chapel 2-1. Penn Trafford and South Fayette tied 2-2. 3-2 Franklin Regional leads Greater Latrobe in AA. Here, Burrell will bring in his zone. Mrazek shot blocked. Rebound comes back out. Mrazek waits. It'll be picked up and thrown off the point. It'll go off the side of the net. Mrazek throws one across. Looks for Baird. Back out to the point. Kemp carries it in on the backhand. Petrov loses the puck temporarily. Picks it back up, carries it up to the point. Top of the slot. Petrov's shot goes around Snyder. Dumps one deep. Looks for Mrazek, but Valenti will take it. Back cross for Wilson, and out of the zone it goes, and Snyder regroups. He'll dump this one up along the half wall. Baird and Mrazek almost run into each other. Valenti up across for Shepherd. He'll bounce one off of Baird, and it will be back across for Shepherd, who throws one just wide of the net. And that one takes an awkward bounce, I believe, out of play with 2:44 remaining. Shots are 12-4 in favor of Burrell. Well, a face-off. They're going to call this one outside at center. Going to single A real fast. Greensburg-Salem still leading Quaker Valley 1-0 in that single A matchup at the Island. The Lions, after their win last week, still on that run. Well, you saw it last year. There's no longer a question of the why not us for any team. After Kiski did what they did last year and ran the table throughout the single A postseason, Watkins will dump this one into the zone. Cortzis leaves this one out past Maisie. Chance Watkins will carry it behind the net, passes one up, goes past Glider. And out of the zone it goes. Cortzis passes one backward. Chance Watkins replays it over for Martin. Back to Watkins behind the net. Maisie has a hard time controlling that one at the line, and it'll be dumped in the near corner with 1:56 remaining in the first frame. Back out. It'll be kept in nicely by Hollander. Hollander throws one through looking for Maisie. Back down Watkins. Watkins carries it out. Into the zone, gets to the circle. Shot just wide of Cox. Rebound comes up along the half wall to be cleared up and picked up, carried by Cooper Cox. Cox into the zone. One defender on him. Price with a big save on Cox. Back down past Daffner. Daffner gets around one defender, passes it off for Cox. He regroups up for Cortzis, and the Bucks will regroup and dump this one back out. There is a high on the play, but Lucas is going to take it. Lucas shot, save made, goes on Cox. He gloves it down with 1:08 remaining and holds on to it. Face-off coming up to the right of the netminder Lincoln Cox, the junior from Morgantown. Face-off one back and dumped out by Sandolfini. Petrov carries it back into the zone. Petrov, late shot. Oh, we tipped back wide of the net. Back for Forrest Baird. Baird in the near corner. Waits, throws on to Mrazek. Mrazek's shot will bounce off of Baird's stick. Back for Petrov. Petrov behind the net. Petrov regroups. Up for Holm. Holm, shot. 36 seconds remaining in the frame. Nice keep in by Holm. Aaron Holm just dumps it in behind, looking for Mrazek. Back down Baird. Back for Mrazek, up to the point. Kemp. Julian Kemp's shot. Block goes up in the air, and Petrov will regroup in the half wall with Valenti. 16 seconds remaining in the frame. They'll just tie up along the wall. Mrazek getting in, trying to separate this one with Robbins, Valenti, Shepard. They're just going to scrum to the end of the first, and that's how it's going to end with your score. Burrell 2 and Morgantown 1. And we have a penalty at the end of the frame for a trip. We'll see who they're... It's going to be on Burrell, it appears. But that's the end of 1 with your score. Burrell 2, Morgantown 1. I'm Brian Mitchell. This is 10 Van TV and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. We'll be back. Coming back here for the second frame, just a recap of how we got here. Morgantown and Burrell. 2-0 Burrell leads. A goal from Jared Wall from Ryan Burkett and Dante Taliani at 2:24. And then at 10:39, John Lucas from Tyler Danko. And we are 2-0 Burrell here heading into the second. Mrazek and Valenti will step in, one back by Valenti. Up it goes. Hollander carries it into the zone. Hollander across for Valenti. Waits, throws one. DiBartolomeo will throw this one up across, and it'll be back to him at the point. DiBartolomeo. Shot just wide of the net. Hollander in the near corner, far quarter. Waits, throws one across. DiBartolomeo's shot will be wide. Rebound opportunity, scores! Morgantown with the goal, and it's 2-1. Jacob Hollander with the goal. The cut the Burrell lead back down the one at 16:24 of the second frame. We'll face off at center. Face off will be won by The Bucks forward. Danko pass for Mink. It'll come outside. Nope, it'll be kept in nicely by Mink. Up along the half wall. They'll dump it down. They picked up and carried out by Cox. Cooper Cox will dump this one on net. Back out. And Tyler Danko passes one across that's picked up by the goal scorer, Jacob Hollander. Out comes Julian Kemp. Kemp, shot just wide of the net, goes back into the near corner. They'll regroup. It'll go back behind the net. Cox looking to get it out of the zone, will just be dumped on. And regroups Hollander. Gets it across center, and Cox has a hard time, throws a stick out of Lucas's hands. Opportunity for Cox, just walking in and getting a shot on Price. 15:26 remaining in the second. Morgantown coming out with a little extra momentum in this frame. And Burrell playing like they're from behind right now. It's very early in the second, but that's just the feels you get. Face-off will be to the right of Cooper Price. Valenti and Mrazek. Back to Martin. Backhanded across. For Watkins. Watkins out to Petrov. Out for Valenti. Mrazek's shot will go up and off of the netting. We'll face-off back down to the right of Price. 15:12 remaining in the second. 2-1 Burrell leading. Mrazek and Valenti will step in. One back to Martin. Baird has to drop this one back for Watkins. Watkins up to Petrov. He'll throw this one outside the zone for Mrazek. They'll regroup in front, and Shepard. Aiden Shepard up for Valenti. Valenti's shot will go off of Price and sits low. Opportunity there for Morgantown's going to be picked up by the Bucks and Petrov. Aiden Petrov across the red line, getting across the blue. He gets stick checked before he gets there. Mrazek gets muscled off the puck. Petrov can't get to it. Good play there by Wilson. Wilson tying both of them up. Opportunity coming the other way. They're letting him play here at Pittsburgh Ice. Back down it goes. And carrying it out is DiBartolomeo. It goes off of the official, and Valenti will have to regroup. Mrazek dumps one across. He's going to try to regroup directly in front of us. It'll go back out. Valenti into the zone. Shot tipped across. Cooper Cox will grab it around the half wall. Throws one on the backhand up for Valenti. Valenti has Kortsis in the slot. Tries to go there. Opportunity coming back. Robbins' shot blocked. Big hit. And that's going to be a penalty up against Mrazek. Or is that Baird? Baird's going to head off for the extra hit. They're going to call it a rough here. With 13:52 remaining in the second frame. 2-1 is your score. And Morgantown appears to be heading to another power play as Baird is going to head off for a rough. Morgantown didn't catch it before the game, before the period. My apologies on that. Had the power play earlier. And they scored on that one. They're 1-for-1. They were 1-for-1 in the last game that they played each other. Morgantown on the power play was 21.4% in. That was good for 9th in the D2 division. Burrell on the penalty kill was 5th with an 83.8% rating. But in their only meeting, Morgantown was able to get one of their goals on a power play, their only power play of the contest, as Hollander will carry it in. Hollander behind the net. Back up to the point. Shot saved by Price, and it does fall underneath him, but he falls on top of it. 13:24 remaining. 1:32 remaining in the penalty. Regrouping, having another face-off to the left of the junior netminder. Both netminders in their 3rd year of high school. So you get another year on each side. Shepard will step in Mrazek. Face-off will be won by Burrell. Valenti gets it behind the net. Tries to throw one out. Mink clears this one the length of the ice. They'll recollect. DiBartolomeo. Passes it up for Wilson. Wilson across the red. Passes it over to Hollander. Hollander drops it for Cox. We'll dump it behind Valenti. For Hollander. Back for Valenti behind the net. Valenti. Back out. Cortzis. Looks for DiBartolomeo. DiBartolomeo's shot wide of the net. Rebound opportunity. Hollander goes back around. Back up to the point. DiBartolomeo. Back down for Hollander. Waits. As it tipped across, it goes back out to the point. DiBartolomeo's shot will be off the stick of Valenti, I believe, high, but they're not going to call that. Back down Hollander. Back for Cox, side of the net. It's going to be blocked and out of play. 31 seconds remaining in the penalty. 12:23 remaining in the period. Faceoff's coming outside the zone, as the officials are going to call it. They're going to say it went out clean. Currently, shots are 13-11 in favor of Burrell. Faceoff will be directly to our left. Morgantown has the only shot, it appears. No. I apologize, they haven't updated on the website yet. 28 seconds remaining in the power play. DiBartolomeo throws one up across for Cox. Will be picked up and dumped down by the Bucks. Cortzis. Nico Cortzis will pass this one out, and it'll be picked up Wilson. Danko muscles his way back onto the puck. Shot on, blocked by Cox. Rebound comes back out to the point. Watkins with this opportunity, and that's going to come outside the zone. And let's see what the call is here. They're going to call offside. 11:54 remaining. Burkett steps in with Cox. It'll be one up off the boards, back in Watkins. Watkins throws one across, finds a wall. Wall into the zone, comes in on the backhand. Maintains possession into the zone. Back behind, that'll be Burkett. Into the near corner, the Bucks will lose possession temporarily till it comes out to the point. Martin shot, rebound, Burkett scores! On the backhand! It appears to be Ryan Burkett with the goal, and it's 3-1 Burrell. Danko will step in with Valenti. 3-1 your score. Burrell leads. Daffner takes a hit from Lucas. Back across it goes Watkins over for Martin. Martin. Bates thinks about it, throws one up for Watkins. Into the zone. Back around Lucas behind the net. Finds Danko. Tyler Danko loses the puck, and it'll be picked up by DiBartolomeo. Into the zone comes Daffner. Justin Daffner. There's one behind. It'll be picked up by Lucas Wilson. Sorry, by Cody Martin. Give turnover to Gino Valenti. Valenti goes back out of his own zone. He'll regroup in the neutral zone, and Valenti dumps one up off of DiBartolomeo, which will go to Shepard. Blocked. Comes across Watkins. Back for Simmons. Simmons will carry it up and looks for Lucas on the pass, but DiBartolomeo will collect it. Danko tries to get to that one, and Shepard coming the other way. Aiden Shepard into the zone. Waits, thinks about it, shoots off the side of the net. Back down, big hit behind a cage. Valenti holds on the backhand. It'll be Watkins up. Petrov That was off of Valenti, middle of the slots. Just throws one on the backhand. The Price will hold on to with 10:03 remaining in the second frame. 3-1 Burrell leading the Morgantown Mohawks here in the D2 opening round. Winner gets to face the winner of Carrick and Deer Lakes tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. at Ice Castle Arena. That game will take place. That'll be on the 10 Band 2 channel if you're watching on the 10 Band app. And the winner of these two games will play at Robert Morris next week on the 14th at 8:45 p.m. in the D2 semifinal. Hollander carries it outside the zone. Hollander drops one back. Amazing. On the backhand, looks for the tip in front. Nobody home. Back up. Kemp. Kemp throws one off of the netting very slightly, but it did touch. And that's with 9:39 remaining in the second frame. We'll have a face-off coming down inside the zone. Cox will step in with Burkett. Burkett with a third goal for the Bucks here this evening. It'll be dumped back out, and Robbins drops it back down to Cortzis. He'll dump that one in off the stick of Hollander, but Burkett turns one around for Kemp. The backhand comes across for Wall. Wall with the opening goal this evening. Dumps one back, but directly to the stick of the Mohawks, and Hollander coming the other way. Hollander gets temporarily around Kemp. A nice play to regain his composure there. Robbins, opportunity coming back. Taliani shot, saved by Cox, goes into the corner. Cortzis battles off with Wall. Burkett. He's going to battle there with Cortzis. Wall steps in with everybody, and so does Hollander. Cooper Cox also in the fray here. Be picked up and carried out by Hollander. Jacob Hollander across the blue line, loses the puck, trying to get around his defender. Taliani coming the other way. Taliani waits, gets a little bit of help, but goes straight to Cox, and back out to the point it goes, and Hollander throws a backhand right to Kemp. They'll get onside. Kemp, nice play to stay on. Throws one across. Oh, a little too hard for Danko to control. Danko takes it to the circle, backhands one behind the net. Mink chases it down. Mink throws one out that's going to be picked off by Shepard, and Shepard skates it back to this neutral zone, and we'll just step a backhand pass back for Danko. Up on net, and Cox will hold on to it. Danko and Robbins have words with 7:47 remaining in the second frame, while a face-off to the left of Lincoln Cox. Temper starting to flare here at Pittsburgh Ice Arena. Let's take a quick look and see what's going on otherwise. 3-1 here. 3-2. I keep doing that. I keep getting screwed up by the play-in games. 4-0 Seneca Valley leading Mount Lebanon. Bethel Park and Pine Richland just getting ready to face off on Trib Live and 10 Band TV. Petroff will win that, take that face-off win, dump it down below. It'll go across Mrazek. We'll tip this one on and saved by Cox. Norwin leading Fox Chapel 4-2 now. Scores are all over the place if you ask me, because every time I look at it, there's a different team in the lead or we have another tie. Penn Trafford leading South Fayette 3-2 is a huge score right now. That's an 8-1 matchup. I'm going to look at that one closer. Greater Latrobe and Franklin tied at 3 at Nevin Arena, where I was last week. Greensburg-Salem still leading Quaker Valley 1-0. And here 3-1. Shot on, save made. We picked up, cleared up to the point. Martin will dump this one in around Baird. Into the corner. Sandolfini. But we must off Mrazek's shot. Cox held on, rebound comes on, and he'll cover it up, and Shepard and Mrazek talk, and we got a little extracurriculars behind the net. 7:08 remaining. They'll talk it over. And actually, I'm going to throw that game on my screen. Let's see what's going on. The legend Matt Popchalk on the call at Mount Lebanon. Oh, a face-off down low. What are they going to call? They're not going to call any penalties on anything that happened there. So 20-12 are your shots in favor of Burrell. 9:34 remaining in that game. It is still 3-2. Back down shot. Martin tipped in front. Cox rebound, comes in, scores! It's going to go in the net, and Burrell is going to take a 4-1 lead. Not sure who got the last stick on that puck. It looks like, as the line goes, it's Glower, but we'll see if it's somebody else gets an opportunity here. But it's 4-1 with 7 minutes exactly remaining in the frame. Cox and Danko will step in. Student section getting loud after that goal. Picked up and carried in. Opportunity, Danko shot. Scores! 6:53 remaining, and it's 5-1, and the wheels have fallen off for the Mohawks. Still a lot of time to go, but things are looking good for Burrell. Mrazek will step in with Valenti, and it'll be false face-off. See what they called on that one. Still haven't put the fourth goal on the scoreboard yet. Morgantown behind the net. Shepard will throw one through. It'll be picked up by Kemp. Connor Glower with the goal for Burrell at 10 minutes exactly. Then 7 seconds later, Danko with a shot to make it 5-1. Cox is not happy, and he comes out and he takes a run at Kemp. It is a note to make. There is no backup goaltender for Morgantown on the bench. There is no backup goaltender for Morgantown on the bench this evening. Cox took exception to something Kemp did in front of the net. And that will be a penalty. Roughing call. Slashing is also going to be called here. Let's see how they sort them out. Lucas and Valenti talking at center. The officials talking this one out. They're saying 5-on-5 here. Mrazek will head off, and Lukenbaugh will take the penalty will serve the penalty, which I assume will be on Lincoln Cox, the netminder. And we'll skate 5-on-5. Once they sort out the penalties, I'll give you the update, but it will be 5-on-5. 5-1, Burrell leading. DiBartolomeo will try and get an opportunity there. And a penalty coming up against DiBartolomeo for a slash, it would appear. Yep, slashing is the call. Power play coming up for the Bucks. First one of the game. The Bucks were 28.8%, good enough for 4th in the D2 division. Morgantown on the kill, 7th with a 76.2% kill rate. The Bucks will win the faceoff back to Kemp. Kemp's shot by Petrov. It goes over the Petrov on the half wall. Throws one around for Kemp. Kemp top of the slot. Waits, regroups, has Watkins low, shot, scores. Chance Watkins makes it 6-1. .610 remaining in the second frame. And we will have another face-off at center on the power play goal by Chance Watkins. So Lincoln Cox got a roughing minor. It's just now being added to the scorer's sheet. Trying to get the other half of that one before the slashing call to DiBartolomeo. Opportunity for Petrov. Shot goes up off the back wall. Bounces up point. They picked up home. We tipped through and carried out. Hollander into the zone. Up for Wall. Wall up for Burkett. Back out to Cox. Cooper Cox will dump this one back into the zone. Back around Martin. Up for Wall. Kortsis tries to separate that puck, but it's going to be back across for home. Throws one around for Taliani. Waits, thinks about it, burns a little bit of time off the clock, and passes one out to Martin. Martin brings one on the near wall. Will pass one in looking for Burkett, but it's going to be Kortsis carrying it outside the zone. He'll throw one through. Daffner down and picked up by Kortsis. Back for Hollander for Cox. Cooper Cox grounds a Hollander shot. Saved by Price. Back around Cox. Taliani on the back end, throws one out, looking for Mink. Mink tips one around, opportunity coming the other way. Mink gets taken down, and it's an opportunity here, and it is going to be a tripping. Wait, they're talking. They're talking. They're going to discuss it. The officials are discussing it currently. Penalty shot. Penalty shot on the takedown. 4:50 remaining here in the second frame. And we will have an opportunity here. And it's going to be taken by Cody Martin. Cody Martin. They'll regroup, talk to Cox and Martin. Skates in. Martin shot, save made by Cox and holds on to. Unable to capitalize. And we'll have a face-off inside the Morgantown zone. Danko, DiBartolomeo leaves one for Mink. Mink's shot goes off the blocker of Cox and back out Watkins. Watkins regroups, throws one up along the half wall, back out Robbins. Robbins over for DiBartolomeo. It's going to be picked off by Danko. Danko loses it to his own player, Mink. Mink on the backhand up to the point. Snyder's shot goes through. Rebound opportunity for Liquid. Shot on comes across by Watkins near half wall. Penalty coming up against Burrell, and that's an easy one as Mink threw a cross check in the back of one of the Mohawks players, and that will be a power play coming up for Morgantown. They'll come back all the way. 4:18 remaining. Cross-checking is the penalty for Mink. Hollander will step in with Mrazek. Face-off will be one back. Kemp will dump this one out looking for Petrov. Petrov 1-on-2 with Robbins and DiBartolomeu. And it will be an extra shot by Robbins on Mrazek for coming in. Depends on what they're going to call here. How the faceoff will come to the right of Lincoln Cox. Danko will step in with Shepard. And Aiden Shepard will hold off, and we're good to go. Cox resets. Faceoff one back by Shepard for DiBartolomeu. 4 minutes remaining in the frame. 6-1 is your score. Burrell leading Morgantown here in the first round of the PIHL Division II opening round. Danko gets around the defender, comes in 2-on-1 with Petrov. He's going to carry it himself. Danko just waits and burns a little time off the clock. 3:37 remaining in the frame. Back across Kemp. Kemp in front of us. Skates in. Looks for Danko. Danko's shot just wide of the net over for Petrov on the half wall. And they'll get tied up and go up along the walls, and that will take the net off its moorings, and that'll bring the whistle out, and they'll hold on to it. Just a quick update. We are watching this live here at the rink. Penn Trafford leading South Fayette 3-2. Penn Trafford, last team into the AA Division playoffs. South Fayette, the #1 seed in AA. .126 remaining in the third frame of that one. If you're a fan of upsets, you're the fan of the Penn Trafford Warriors right now. Unless you're a fan of the South Fayette Lions, which I apologize. It isn't going very well right now, but we'll find out. As there is a timeout on that play, and here we go. Taliani and Shepard battle along the half wall. So he picked up by Valenti. With 3:17 remaining in the frame, Valenti waits. Throws one across, looks for Hollander. Back down to Shepard, and out it goes past Sandolfini. Sandolfini will pass one across. That's Kortsis and Hollander out of the zone. Hollander in, waits. Throws one on the backhand, thinks about it for a second. Hollander skates off Watkins up to the point. Back for Shepard, out for Kortsis. Shot tipped in front, rebound comes back out to the slot, and it'll be dumped out by Burrell into the zone. And that'll go the length, no icing on the play, because there is a penalty. As Mink's penalty is still on the board. And there is an I thought it was an empty netter by Penn Trafford as I'm watching it. Kortsis. It just hit the outside of the post. Penn Trafford almost iced that one. Back down. Well, he did ice it technically. I'll let Matt Popchak call the game. Shepard throwing one through. Scores! Morgantown gets a goal from Aiden Shepard from the top of the circles. 2:15 remaining. 6-2 is your score. Face off coming up at center. Sheftik passes one out, finds Lucas. Lucas carrying into the zone. Back down wall. It'll be picked up by Cox, and they do get the empty netter at Mount Lebanon. Penn Trafford is probably going to pull the upset off here. 4-2 is your score. Carrying it out, DeBartolomeo dumps one in behind. Kemp carries it in across. Kemp in, gets around the defender. Throws one through the slot, nobody home. Kemp almost got his own rebound back and tapped it, but nobody there. It'll be picked up. And Petrov with an opportunity here. Petrov tries to throw one across for Burke. It goes back out to the point, tipped across Cox. And it's going to be picked up and carried out. 1:15 remaining in the frame. Going back down. Oh. And a non-ideal pass out by Cooper Price goes straight to the top of the circle, where it's shot right back on him with 1:08 remaining. Face off one back, Kortsis. Back into the point. 1 minute remaining in the second frame. It'll be cleared out. And Danko tries to get it over. Mrazek does get it, but they are offside. They are slightly offside there. They weren't all the way offside, but they were slightly offside. 1 foot is all that mattered there. 57.2 seconds remaining in the second frame. Out Petrov brings it in on the backhand, goes over the net. Behind, Mrazek will dump this one across, and Shepard will pass it out for Valenti. Valenti across center, back down, and offside is the call. 43.8 seconds remaining in the second frame. Face-off will be in front of the Morgantown bench. Back across Petrov. They do get one back. South Fayette with 25 seconds remaining gets a goal. 34 seconds remaining here. Burrell leading 6-2. Danko. We will do a full crossover of the out-of-town scoreboard during the intermission. Talk about the postseason and when you can catch everybody next. And that's going to be a goal by Burrell as it's tipped back in across. Mrazek with the goal. And 14.7 seconds remaining. It is 7-2 Bucks. And that's going to do it from Mount Lebanon, as the Penn Trafford Warriors upset the South Fayette Lions at Mount Lebanon 4-3. The 8th seed takes out the 1 seed in the first round. Then it goes in behind. Petrov shot off the stick of Cox. 3 seconds remaining in the frame. It'll go back into the up across. Martin's tipped out by Hollander, and that will be the end of the second frame. We'll go to the ice cut with your score. The Burrell Bucks 7, the Morgantown Mohawks 2. I'm Brian Mitchell. This is Pittsburgh Hockey Digest 10-man TV coverage of the Division II postseason. We'll be back with your third frame and actually your out-of-town scoreboard here momentarily. All right, we're back here with your out-of-town scoreboard. We're going to start here, 7-2 Burrell leading Morgantown in this Division II matchup. But I'm going to cut straight to Division II, to Double A, as a plethora of upsets occurring in that division, as Thomas Jefferson defeating Hempfield was not one of them, 5-3 at Ice Castle Arena. Norwin defeated Fox Chapel 4-2 at Palmer, but then you move down to the 8-seed Penn Trafford Warriors defeating the South Fayette Lions 4-3 in regulation. Franklin Regional defeating Greater Latrobe 4-3 in regulation. So here's what we have for next week. Penn Trafford will face Norwin, and Franklin Regional will face Thomas Jefferson in round number 2 at the semifinals. Penn Trafford and Fox and Norwin at 7 p.m. on March 12th. On the opposite side, that's on Tuesday, Franklin Regional and Thomas Jefferson at 9 p.m. on Tuesday at the Island. In Single A, we only had the one game, and it's in progress, but it's also another upset if you look at it, as Greensburg-Salem is leading Quaker Valley 2-0 at Robert Morris. It looks like it's a penalty-ridden game. They are into the third frame. They're about to finish that game. It is going to be a Greensburg-Salem upset. So Greensburg-Salem's going to move on into postseason. That has less than a minute remaining if it hasn't ended already. That series, they will move on to play the winner of Avonworth-Shaler, which plays after them at 8:45 next Wednesday at the Island in the Single A games. In this one, Burrell leading Morgantown. When they hold on to this contest, they will play at 8:45 p.m. on Thursday against the winner of the Carrick-Deer Lakes game, which will take place tomorrow at Ice Castle Arena. And that game will be televised on the JRM digital TV on 10-band TV number 2, channel 2, if you want to watch that game to see where they go. 8:45 next Thursday is the follow-up game as the winner of this game. So we'll find out what's going on there. But let's look into this one real fast before we move into the second. In the first, Burrell got an opening goal from Jared Wall and even strength from Ryan Burkett and Dante Taliani at 2:24. John Lucas got a goal from Tyler Danko at 10:39 of that first frame. We were 2-0 Burrell at the end of one. Going into the second, Morgantown was able to get back on the board 39 seconds in as Jacob Hollander got a power play goal from Aiden Shepard. Then Burrell rang off 4 straight goals with 5:28. Ryan Burkett on an even strength goal from Cody Martin. Then Connor Glower and Tyler Danko going back-to-back at 7 minutes and 7:03 or 7:07 or 6:53 or however you want to do the math in your heads here. Glower and Danko making it 5-1, and then Chance Watkins just shortly after, 43 seconds after that, on a power play goal from Julian Kemp, made it 6-1. Aiden Shepard from Jacob Hollander at 14:45 made it 6-2, and then Tyler Danko at 16:46 with an even strength goal from Aiden Petrov made it 7-2. Cox stopping 21 of 28 that he's faced so far. Cooper Price, 15 of 17 in that contest. Want to go back and look at a couple things. Greensburg-Salem and Quaker Valley final upset. Greensburg-Salem 2, Quaker Valley nothing. Goals from Luke Dieter and Hunter Webb. Luke Dieter at 6:32 of the first frame. And 16:35, so an empty net goal by Hunter Webb. 2 points for Webb. And Corey Mensch's Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions will move on to the semifinals. And a team that really, this is, I don't know if you want to call it the end of the window, but they have a lot of seniors on that squad this year. A lot of veteran players that have been there for this build that Greensburg-Salem has been on the last couple years. kind of similar to what's going on with Burrell. This build, but a lot of seniors, a lot of older players, a lot of players that are ready to graduate and move on with their careers, their hockey careers, educational careers, whatever they're going to do beyond this. Not saying it's the last run, but it's a good look for this. So Penn Trafford, younger team pulling it on. So opportunity here for the Penn Trafford Warriors. We're going to look in on that one 4-3 as that went final. Tyler Brandaburo opened the scoring for the South Fayette Lions at 6:11 of the first in that one. Trevor D'Alessandro and Nolan Murphy were the assists. Ben Zierski for the Warriors at 6:29, a mere 18 seconds later from Brock Bieneman, tied the game up before Bennett and Malky gave South Fayette the lead. Penn Trafford's Cam Kisty tied things back up on a power play goal from Bryce Krupczynski and Drew Hall at 2-2. Gavin Patterson, a power play goal in a second, was the only goal in that frame at 16-16 to make it 3-2 Penn Trafford, before Robert Thatcher scored on an empty net goal at 16-14 to make it 4-2 before Jackson Brandaburo, his even strength goal with 25 seconds remaining from Robert Chiappetta, cut it back to 1, but it wasn't enough as South Fayette fell to Penn Trafford at Mount Lebanon. Franklin Regional. Let's see what happened there. Joey Crimboli, 2 goals in the first frame for Greater Latrobe, ended that one out 2-0 Wildcats heading into there. But Sean Sinclair and Brendan Yohe, goals in the second frame, made it 2-2 before Max Williams gave the opportunity for Franklin Regional to take the lead in that frame. Louis Amatucci tied things up 3:49 into the third frame before Sean Sinclair got the game-winning goal at 9:52 of the frame. Sinclair with 2 goals. Big time for Sinclair. Flew 18 of 22 in net for Greater Latrobe. Valentino starting the game 3-1, stopped 1 of the first 3 that he faced before Grant Novotny stepped in to stop 14 of 15 the rest of the way. And the Panthers move on to the second round. And we'll look real fast. 4-0 Seneca Valley defeating Mount Lebanon. Goals from Villela, Murtha, Komaniak, and Longwell for Seneca Valley. Shutout for Senzo de Tullio. Opposite side, Pine Richland and Bethel Park on the opposite rink, 3-0. Logan Kozak, AJ Verzella, and Aiden Tarasevich scoring for the Rams in that contest. They're down in the second. They're just getting ready to start the second frame there. But here it's 7-2. Burrell leading Morgantown. Will be back with your third frame momentarily. 17 minutes to go in regulation in this contest. Burrell leading Morgantown 7-2 here at Pittsburgh Ice Arena. Thank you for joining me here. My name is Brian Mitchell. This is the Division II opening round on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest and 10band.tv. And what has already been a wild opening day of the postseason. The teams get their final chats with the coaches. We'll head down for the face-off. Seven goals scored in the second frame between the two squads. We'll see how the third rolls out here. Need 5 for Morgantown to claw back in. Valenti will step in with Danko. Face-off will be won, and we're underway with the third frame. Lucas will dump this one into the zone. Back behind Cortzis will chase it down with Danko. Danko wins that battle into the corner. Danko back for Mink. Battled off. Mink waiting on the backhand, throws one up for Lucas. He'll regroup on the backhand, dumps one back for Danko. It'll bounce around to the point. Cortzis around. Back Lucas. Back for Mink. Tries to go for the Michigan, couldn't pull it off, so going back out is Wilson. Wilson carries it into the zone. Lucas Wilson has to drop this one back behind where Chance Watkins regroups and dumps it up off the half wall. And out it goes for Sandolfini. Sandolfini passes one up for Valenti, and he'll regroup, go get a change. Aiden Petrov carries the puck across. Tries to at least. Carries it out and dumps it down behind. Round for Hollander. Hollander up for Petrov. Petrov on the backhand. Looks up for Macy. And out it goes Hollander into the zone. Throws one through. Falling down was Cooper Cox, and carrying it out is Aiden Petrov. Petrov with a head of steam. Back for Mrazek. Throws one up. Baird couldn't handle the puck. Loses it momentarily, but it was the moment he was ready to shoot. So Cox will carry it back across the blue and across the red and dumps it in. 15:25 remaining in the frame. Kemp behind the net. Julian Kemp waits, shakes off Hollander. Jacob Hollander will regroup and go back for a change. They'll set up the offense, burn a couple seconds off of the clock. 15:11 remaining. Kemp will go for the home run shot off to skate. Petrov, who stops it nicely, throws one back into the far corner for Baird. Forrest Baird falls down. They're going to call a penalty on that. It'll be a tripping call against Baird. Against Bartholomew. And with 14:56 remaining, it'll be a power play for the Bucks. Danko and Valenti will step in. That'll be one up by Burrell. Lucas behind the net, Danko. Back looking for Watkins. And it'll be cleared out. Across it goes, Valenti. They'll just dump that one into the zone. Chasing it down is Watkins. Morgantown, relatively young. Their captain out today, Noah Fields, the backup goaltender, is a normal backup goaltender, is the only other senior. Braden Helen, the captain, and Noah Fields. Everybody else, a plethora of juniors and sophomores in the lineup today, and a handful of freshmen. Lukenbach. Looks like Lukenbach is the only freshman in the lineup. Oh, and Justin Daffner in the lineup. So Morgantown relatively young this season. They'll be back. Daffner will step in with Mrazek. across Mink. Tries to throw one off the skates, goes off Valenti. Throws one across. And carrying it over is Mrazek. Mrazek gets around Valenti. Into the zone, it'll be tipped back out past Martin. They'll regroup back into the zone. Snyder. Braden Snyder. Leaves one for Mrazek. Mrazek, a junior this year. A lot of the core of this Burrell team. Young. Cody Martin, Connor Glower, Tyler Danko, and Chance Watkins. I might have one or two more that I missed. John Lucas, your senior class for the Bucks, shot across. I misspoke in the intermission report whenever I said they were window. Plenty of time for these Bucks. Around it goes. Robbins tips it across. Mrazek will bounce this one in, looking through it. An opportunity for Baird. That'll be dumped in where Robbins collects. Into the zone, Robbins loses the puck, passes it over, looking for Shepard. Shepard unable to handle it. Forrest Baird will pass this one out, and it'll bounce across for Robbins. Burkett into the zone. Burkett waits. 1-on-5, waits for help. DeBartolomeo will hold on to him, and it'll be picked up and dumped back in. Cleared out of play. 12:23 remaining in the third frame. Burkett will step in with Hollander. Well, he passed out for Shepard. Shepard throws one in behind for Kemp. Back up and dumped across. Ooh, falling down was Wall. Kemp loses this one over to Hollander. Hollander throws one on, and it'll be saved by Price. And Price sullies the Mohawks player, ending up in the net. But at 12 minutes remaining in the third frame, we remain 7-2. Shepard and Danko will step in. It'll be dumped down back behind. Kemp throws one through. We'll throw it in front. Opportunity here will be picked up by Danko in the near corner. Danko clears it out and tries to get it up for Kemp, but they have a hard time getting it outside the zone, and they'll regroup back in the near corner. Kemp comes across the front of our screens. Across Kemp. Shot, save made, rebound, tip in front. Nice stick by DeBartolomeo to break that one up. Mink lays a hit on him. Back across. Sheftik will tip one through. Throw one that's tipped through. Mink behind. DeBartolomeo will battle off with Mink. Throws it up to the point for Kemp. Kemp waits, throws one back, goes back to the center, top of the circle. Comes through, throws one to the slot to Lucas. Lucas back to Sheftik. Shot goes through the tip scale here and goes back out to the circles where Kemp regroups, goes to the slot. On the backhand, throws one through. Mink wide open, couldn't finish up the play. We go back down, 10:52 remaining in the frame. Back down, it'll be dumped out by Morgantown the length of the ice, and that will be an icing call, 10:46 remaining. Looking at players on that team like Gino Valenti, Jacob Hollander, James Robbins, you heard a lot about tonight, Nico Kortsis, Luke Baugh, Aiden Shepard, they'll all be back next year. Morgantown, ready for another year. Mrazek coming across, shot on by Baird, goes wide of the net. Petrov. 10:27 remaining in this frame. Back for Petrov. Up for Watkins. Throws one that goes out of the zone. It'll be chased down by Snyder. Price will come out and tap it back for Snyder. Snyder will carry it across and into the zone. Back behind it'll go. Lukenbaugh loses the puck to Petrov. Petrov gets around a defender opportunity here. Baird throws one from point blank range. It's saved. Goes back across. Baird leaves it back. Mrazek. Mrazek tries to shoot one. It goes through 3 red shirts and rolls on net. Cox will hold on to it. (7-2) is your score. Shots are 34-17 in favor of the Burrell Bucks. Taliani. Shot goes wide of the net, goes across for home. Down it goes, Valenti. Will be picked up by Shepard. He'll carry it outside the zone. Shepard across the blue. Brings it in. Taliani will wait for the tip across and up to the point. Valenti. Shot comes back into the corner. DiBartolomeo behind the net. Throws one through. Oh, opportunity. It's picked up by Taliani and he'll bring it across the blue line. Burkett. Back to Taliani. Shot, save, and held on to by Lincoln Cox with 9:01 remaining in the third frame. We'll have a face-off coming up to the right of the junior netminder. Mink throws one on the backhand. Danko with another opportunity on the backhand, getting fancy. Throws it wide. Lucas takes a hit from Kortsis. Morgantown will regroup and get it back to the half wall, where it'll be dumped back in by both members. Home has to watch the puck get dropped to Valenti. Daffner directly in front of us. We'll throw this one for home. And carrying it into the zone is Cody Martin. Martin will dump this one off of something, and Danko picks up the puck. Shot on save made, comes across. Mink with an opportunity, but it's going to be cleared out by Morgantown. Gino Valenti will carry and dump it into the zone. 8:09 remaining in the frame. Lukic back for Danko. Will get tipped across for Mink. Mink for Danko. Danko waits. It's around a defender. And it'll be Shepard into the zone. Martin. Up for Wilson. It's going to be picked up by Mrazek. Out it goes, and it'll be tapped back. Kemp. Julian Kemp gets around a couple defenders into the zone. Kemp gets muscled off and on Cox, and it'll be held on to. 7:18 remaining. Pine Richland leading Bethel Park 3-1. Seneca Valley defeating Mount Lebanon 4-0. North Allegheny with a 1-0 lead against Central Catholic. The 4 games in AA have already gone to final. Thomas Jefferson over Hempfield. Fox Chapel falling to Norwin. Franklin Regional defeating Greater Latrobe, and Penn Trafford upsetting South Fayette. That's a goal for Wall. Wall gets the 8th goal for Burrell here as he brings it in and just fires one short side on Cox. And it's 8-2. If you like upsets, well, I've got good news for you. Greensburg-Salem defeating Quaker Valley 2-0 in that matchup, and we'll face the winner of the game that immediately follows them, and it's 1-0 Avonworth over Shaler in the first in that contest. Moon and Char Valley just starting 0-0 is a score. That's on 10 band. And then on the opposite side of this bracket, Bishop Canevin leading Connellsville 3-2 early in that contest at Ice Castle. That's on Mon Valley Independent tonight if you want to try to check that out. But that's an early one, already 3-2. Of course, the winner of this contest will face the winner of Carrick Deer Lakes tomorrow. That game will be played at 6:30 p.m. at Ice Castle Arena and will be carried on 10-band TV. You can watch it, and the winners will face off at the Island next Thursday at 8:45. That game will be on Trib and 10-band TV. Lukenbach will leave this one for Danko. Danko just throws one in front. Mink there. Save made. Cox rebound comes back. Mink dumps one down. It'll be picked up and carried out. Cooper Cox comes across the center into the zone. Throws one back. Jacob Hollander couldn't get to it. Goes back to the point. Kortsis throws one on. It's going to be held onto by Cooper Price with 5:24 remaining in the third frame. Face off one. And out Petrov will carry it across. Mrazek. Sit down for Petrov. Gets muscled off. Baird. Mrazek. Goes back up to Chance Watkins. Watkins throws one down low. Back for Petrov. Sandolfini will throw one up of Sierra Mazie. Back out to Watkins. Off the skate of Petrov. And they'll regroup. Watkins. For Petrov, big shot, rebound comes up. Baird will dump down out with Petrov. Petrov, top of the circles. Face-off's coming outside. They're calling a crease violation? Is that what I've just heard? Burkett. Face off back, dumped in, and carried out by Valenti. And he picked up Burkett. Throws one over to Shepard. Shepard shot, glove save, and held on to by Cooper Price. 3:59 remaining in regulation. Throws a puck around, goes past Taliani, and it'll go the length. Robbins chases it down with Taliani all over him. Kortsis up along the half wall to Shepard, and there's still a lot going on behind the net. They'll regroup, and out comes Wilson. Wilson into the zone. Tries to get around a defender. It's going to be picked up and sent back out to Shepard. Aiden Shepard comes in across, and Burkett throws one down for Taliani. He picked up for Shepard. 3:16 remaining in regulation. Wilson passes one out For Shepard, Wilson's shot will be tipped over into the corner. Cortzis will take it and dump it back in, where the Bucks dump it up off of Danko. Danko, wait, throw one through. Shot on, opportunity there by Mason Simmons, the junior. Down Lucas, off of Danko. Top of the circles. Danko throws one through everybody off of Simmons and out of play. 2:33 remaining in the third frame. Well, a face-off to the left of Cox. The shots are 41-19 in favor of Burrell. Mrazek will step in. Will be one back. Petrov goes one around for Mrazek. Kemp waits to come in. Kemp's shot tipped around Petrov. 2:17 remaining. And carrying it out. Cox finds Hollander. Hollander all alone opportunity here. Goes to the backhand forehand shot. Save. Price and holds on to it. 2:05 remaining in the third frame. Barring any last minute changes, this is my final PIHL boys broadcast of the year. We hand off to the Trib and 10 band next week. I'll be back for the PIHL Girls League starting in April, picking up selected games on 10 band TV. Thank you for your following and all your support all season. It's always a pleasure to try to bring you as much high school hockey as possible. I'm like the Spirit Airlines of our broadcast teams, as I am the guy that just comes out on a budget and gets you what you need done. I don't have all the bells and whistles, but thank you for joining me. Cox brings it around for Hollander. Hollander waits, throws it up to Lukenbaugh. Shot will be tipped across, back down. Lukenbaugh. Out for Wall. Wall will carry it into the zone. Wall gets in and around. Up and cleared out. Chance Watkins. Will be dumped in and off of Cox. Backhanded across past Wall. And in for Burkett. I will revert to my league duties for the remainder. So I will be at the semis and finals in a capacity to coordinate everything. So I hope to see you guys out at the island. And 66. Back around Danko, 47 seconds remaining in the frame. Back out Snyder. Snyder's shot will be tipped around. Shot through. Another opportunity there by Mason Simmons. Comes out of the zone. Opportunity. Hollander waits. We'll dump this one in. Lucas will apply the hit there. Back down. Macy into the corner. We're picked up by Snyder. Danko on the backhand. Throws one to the slot. That'll come out to DeBartolomeo. He looks for the hit in front, and carrying it out is Danko. 18 seconds remaining. He'll just dump that one in the corner. 15 to go, and the Burrell Bucks are going to be heading to the island next Thursday, 8:45 p.m. on 10 Band TV and Trib Live Sports Network. Opponent to be determined tomorrow, as they will face the winner of Deer Lakes and Carrick. That contest faced off tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. at the Ice Castle Arena on 10 Band TV and from JRM for the final time this season in the PIHL boys side. My name is Brian Mitchell. This is the Division II first round, your final from the Pittsburgh Ice Arena. The Burrell Bucks 8, the Morgantown Mohawks 2. Thank you for joining me here. Enjoy the remainder of your evening. I'll see you for Girls League. Take care.